right, so let's go over some of these tools. Right here, this is a 2.25 Herm Springer prong collar. Depending on the size of your dog, I might have them on a 3mm prong collar, which is just slightly bigger. At any rate, it functions the same. So let's go over prong collars. Now here's what I'm going to tell you. I've been in dogs all my life. I've owned the company for over 12 and a half years. In that 12 years, I've trained 3,000 dogs, most of which I've put a prong collar on. I've heard all the noise. I've heard all the comments. I've heard it all. And I don't mean that in an arrogant way. I just mean I've been in dogs for a long time, all my life. The other side of the fence, as I like to refer to them as, the other side of the fence will tell you that you are an animal abuser if you put this on your dog. I get it. It looks horrible, medieval, barbaric. Again, I've heard it all. This is totally a don't judge a book by its cover tool. All of the noise and the nonsense that you'll hear on the internet about prong collars and how dangerous they are, quite frankly, if I can be just honest with you, that's just lies. It's out and out lies. The prong collar is actually a very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a very effective tool, but really it's a lot safer than even a flat buckle collar if you want to know the truth. Here's how prong collar works. So depending on what order you watch these videos in, you already saw the leash pressure video, right? So on a flat buckle collar or on a slip lead for a dog who is, not trained at a level for a slip lead, if you put tension on that leash, all that pressure is going to be right here directly on the trach, then the vocal cords, and that's going to be not as safe for the dog. Whereas a prong collar is actually much safer when there's tension on a collar. Here's how it works. When the prong collar gets tight, there is even pressure all the way around the dog's neck. There is no direct pressure on the dog's trach and vocal cords. Okay? So when the prong collar gets tight, again, there's even pressure. The prongs here, those help to spring off of the dog's neck when you put slack back into the leash. The magic really of a prong collar is here. That's the magic right there. So you have the swivel ring right here. That's your swivel ring. That's the part you hook to. You hook your leash to the swivel part. Do not hook your leash to the dead ring. You are not to hook your leash to the dead ring. Hook your leash to the swivel. Okay? So you're taking home, if your dog did a general board and train from us, you're taking home a dog who knows how to yield to leash pressure. Okay, so this isn't a dog training video on the prong collar. It's just simply the functions of a prong collar. Okay, so if your dog decides, oh, okay, I'm going to go over here and sniff around, and you're on a walk and you're like, no, you don't need to, right? Pressure, dog comes back, release. Again, because you're taking home a dog who's graduated out of our board and train program. And your dog understands, again, how to yield to leash pressure. So when we taught your dog how to yield to leash pressure, we taught them pressure, release. Pressure, release. That's it. Nothing fancy. That's it. Now, I don't smoke and mirrors anything. I don't try to bamboozle people. If you need to give your dog a correction, dog all of a sudden decides he wants to go after a kid on a bike, wants to start barking and carrying on over a squirrel he sees, whatever, and you need to give your dog a correction, that's going to look like that. So that is going to be a very quick pop and release. Once again, You want no pressure in the collar for any longer than 1 full second. It is a very quick pressure release, whether you're doing pressure release this way or unless you have a dog who needs an actual correction, and it's a very quick pop and release. Do not take the collar apart here at the plate. It's difficult to get it back together. Do not take it apart at the plate. Do not take it apart here at the end. If this part gets bent, the whole collar is trashed. So I tell folks, don't even take it apart there because I don't want this to get bent. If one of these other prongs get bent, they're easily replaceable and not that expensive. And we have a bunch of them here, so not a big deal. Don't take it apart at the ends. Don't take it apart at the plate. Take it apart between any 2 prongs. This one gets tricky. I've had a lot of folks get like, how do you get this thing fastened? What I'm going to tell you is when you get your dog home or you have a prong, maybe you have one already at your house, sit on the couch and put it together and take it apart for like 10 minutes. Just sit on the couch and do this. Don't make the dog suffer through you having to learn how to fasten a prong and attach it. Just sit on the couch and do it. So you're going to take your finger right there. Am I turning up good on the camera? Can you see? Looks good? Okay. Finger, thumb, press up and down at the same time. Here it comes. Pinch these ever so slightly to fasten it back together. You do not have to pinch them very hard. That's the mechanics of a prong.